Hello there, and welcome back to Friend Donkey Plays GM Mode.
What up?
Last week we left off, we had yet another successful week. The streak continues, the rivalries grow, the money grows, everything grows.
We're doing well. I feel good.
And a really solid match, really, for a first-time matchup between Roman Reigns and Booker T. And if you haven't seen last week's episode, definitely go back and give it a watch. It was a solid match.
It was definitely fun to watch. Yeah,
It was a welcome sight.
I'm glad we continued with Roman Reigns' contract.
But you join us here at the text screen as Raquel Rodriguez is not happy that Lita attacked her last week. She's not going to stand for garbage like that. She wants to settle things in the ring with her in the next 3 weeks.
That'll probably have to be after the pay-per-view because I just noticed her stamina is 48 and Io Sky's is 43.
Yeah, so they could probably do with going to the health spa, couldn't they, one of these two? So
yes,
we'll say sure, no problem, because that could be something to build as a singles feud after the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Io Sky, though, been putting in a lot of work, and she thinks she's earned a shot at the women's title. How about it? She's not wrong.
She's not, but she is in a tag feud at the moment.
Yeah.
When would she want the shot?
You're right, Io. You get your shot within 3 weeks, we can tell her.
We could possibly do that, actually.
Yeah. So we can get the women's tags at the pay-per-view, and then just kind of have her in the Smackdown either the week or the week after that.
It could be an incredible 2 weeks for her.
That could.
She definitely has
Looking
deserved
forward to it. Yeah.
Although I know that Indy Hartwell, who she's already had a rivalry with, happens to be the champion right now.
There is history there. History there. Right.
Looks like Keith Manhattan's in a match.
Book your least popular star for a match this week to get any crew show logistic book for free. That's got to happen.
Yeah.
So, what are we doing?
Well, there's
first things first. Let's look.
Yeah.
Let's check.
Who we got? Finn Balor.
T-Bar? He's cheaper.
T-Bar's still there. We did get do we buy T-Bar? Because we did get a boost to money.
And he's actually cheaper than he was last week.
We made $100,000 profit on our last show. And so technically we're only paying 73.
Right, let's not get blindsided with the fact that it's just T-Bar. What can we do with a heel T-Bar? He's
heel T-Bar could... It all depends on who the champions become. Because if Ray beats Rollins, we'll have a heel to go against Ray.
This is true.
We've got Damian Priest. We've got Booker T.
I'm conscious if we buy him now, we might not have the funds to put on the matches we want to put on at the pay-per-view.
For SummerSlam. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Let's...
Even the... hold on. We have power cards. Oh, it's just like free advertising booking, really.
Yeah. It's not enough.
Right. I am, however, looking at those 3 power cards at the top.
We do have a health spa, level 3.
So you can put that in for someone to recover 18 more stamina this week. I'm busy this week and unable to be booked. So if I click that...
I think we need it for one of the tag women, because...
Yeah. It's either Rodriguez or Doudrop, isn't it? Or
I was going to say Io Sky, because she's on 43. Oh, Lita, she's on 36.
Eek. Yeah.
And we need her for the tag.
Yeah, the women need a rest, which is why I'm thinking it might be worth investing in
another
both health spas.
Yeah. What's that?
So we have
50 grand.
50 grand. Injury rehab. Do you want to have that up our sleeve in case we're shafted? Just to reduce it by 1 week? Or would you rather keep 30 grand?
Let's keep the 30 grand because we're going to drop 50 on health spas.
Yeah. Okay. Let's drop the 50 on health spas.
Yep, and then let's send some people to the health spa this week.
Okay, so let's figure out who we need to get to the pay-per-view in one piece.
Lita.
Sky and Lita, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we're going to use Hellspar 3 on Lita. It's got to be done, hasn't
Yep.
it?
Yeah.
So she'll go from 36 to 54.
Which is good enough to do a match at
Which is
pay-per-view.
good, yeah. Hellspar 3 on
For
Io
Sky.
Yeah.
Because we want to do her at the pay-per-view, and also she wants a women's title shot in 3 weeks. So she's going to have to be healthy.
Okay, we've got Hellspar 2 to recover 12 more stamina this week. I think that's in addition to the 12 they're going to get as well.
That's Raquel, isn't it? Because she's quite low.
Raquel Rodriguez 48. I mean, we can filter it by stamina. So Raquel Rodriguez is the lowest. Bron Breaker's looking down 51. It's Rodriguez, isn't it? Because we need the women's tag champions. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Because they're going to be... Their rivalry should culminate at SummerSlam.
Yeah. Keyword being should.
Should, right. Yeah, if we don't get absolutely screwed.
Okay.
Looking at you, Kurt. Looking at you.
So we need to have our least popular available star in a match this week.
Let's chuck Keith Manhattan against someone.
It's got to be Roman Reigns, hasn't it?
Yeah, they've got a rivalry, so...
There's nothing to say we can't have Booker T run interference.
Well, Booker T is the face, though.
Yep. Let's keep that for now, because we might be able to get an increased show quality from, like, getting a run-in or something from Lights and Pyro.
That's not a bad idea.
There you go. So we don't necessarily have to have a special match type, but just a run-in will get us
let's do that then.
4% that we
Boost
need.
our show rating.
We need 2 superstars with greater than or equal to 2 star power. That's easy enough.
Yep.
And then we should probably look at going for the Fleet Center.
We need money.
We need the money. Okay.
Right.
We were going to do a call-out, weren't we?
Yeah, call-out.
Let's just figure out where we want to build the rivalries to the pay-per-view and see what we can build with.
We want Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio call out there because we want to try and get them to 4 before the pay-per-view.
Yeah, so who called out who last week? I think Mysterio called out Rollins.
Think so.
It makes sense for Mysterio to call out Rollins again because look at the stamina.
Yeah.
Alright, so Mysterio to call out Rollins. Okay. We wanted to.
What was our main event going to be?
It could be the tag team match. Because we really
tag
wanted
titles
to have...
on the line.
I mean, there's nothing to say we can't have that. It might add a little wrinkle.
Yeah, let's do it. Tag titles on the line.
Tag title match the week before.
And then we can also have the rematch at the championship should they lose.
Yeah, there's nothing to say that can't have a gimmick.
Yeah, that's true.
We might be needing to do that.
Right.
Rollins hasn't been booked. He
hasn't been booked in a... Yeah. But he hasn't got the best stamina.
Yeah. What about Hartwell versus Flair?
Rematch for the title, or...?
Maybe just a singles match? We also have Caden Carter there.
We could put him in a singles match. Might be worth a singles match. We need to put Batista and Bron Breakker in another match, I think.
Yeah, in a singles match.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good shout. To build that rivalry a bit for the pay-per-view.
Yeah. And then... Flair and Hartwell, just in a normal?
Flair and Hartwell, a normal match. We should probably add a gimmick to something.
Or do we chuck a triple threat? Flair, Hartwell, and Caden Carter.
That's what I was thinking. Whoop, not tag team. Triple threat, and throw Caden Carter into the mix just to keep things interesting.
Because she's done nothing for the last God knows how many weeks.
Yeah. So just being thrown in there could be interesting. Yeah. Okay,
it's a weird week, but...
Yeah, we've had better weeks.
Self promo for Tyler Bate, or
I'm thinking maybe advertising.
Advertising, get some money back. Good call.
And then, what about a charity promo from Dewdrop?
Yeah, she's a face. It would look good.
She's face, 65 popularity, 5 promo skill on the mic.
Do it.
Yeah, she could give an inspirational speech to all the young girls out there.
I like it. I like this week.
Yeah, this is doing well. Now, we can also have Seth Rollins call out Rey Mysterio. We could have Rey call out
just
Seth.
double the chances of getting that level 4 rivalry.
And really double down on it.
I think that might be the call.
Yeah, but what would you want to sacrifice? Dewdrop's charity for fans, or Tyler Bates advertising for money?
What do you reckon we need? I think.
Let's just see if we've got the bonuses from the logistics here. Book 2 level 2 or higher rivalries. We just it's not there.
We can't get. We're just not going to have that. No.
Yeah.
I think we can take the hit in fans as long as we retain the money.
Yeah, because we're going to go.
Because hopefully we should do a couple of big rivalries at the pay-per-view to get the fans back.
I'm also thinking we could do Tyler Bate, have him do an advertising promo at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
That's a prime opportunity to do charity with Dewdrop. Literally everyone else in the feud is out at a spa. She's on her own, got nothing else going on.
She must feel so left out.
It's like, guys, I'm holding one half of the tag team titles.
My other partner's at the spa with our arch nemesis.
So I'll have Rollins call out Mysterio just to really build that feud and get it cemented in.
Sounds like a plan. I think that's a reasonable week.
Yeah, we should probably get some gimmicks going.
Yeah, I think maybe for Batista and
the
Braun
stamina
Breaker.
on Braun Breaker. Stamina.
Yeah, it's not great, is it?
But hesitant to put him in anything too strenuous.
Yeah. Well,
what's the stamina looking like on the girls? They could do with a gimmick.
Yeah, let's gimmick them up.
Let's
triple threat.
Triple threat tables. TLC's
Falls
probably
count
a bit
anywhere.
Much.
What about falls count anywhere?
Win by pin or submission anywhere in the arena.
The quality boost is maximum.
Yeah. Okay.
And they've got the stamina for it.
This is very true.
I think that's the way.
This is looking good. Does this need a gimmick?
It's a title match with a level 3 rivalry. I think that should carry itself.
Yep. Every time we put these two together, the tag team champions have come out on top. So what have Styles and Priest actually done to earn this title match?
Not a lot, but they're in the rivalry, so.
Yeah, fair enough. Enough said.
That's where it falls down, because we can't make a story about it.
That is the story. They're in the rivalry. Yeah. Deal with it. Power cards, then. We should probably fire off this double cost here.
Yeah, we want to double the cost.
Of who? Bischoff?
He is our closest, yeah.
He is our closest. So we'll double the cost of their matches for next week's show.
For the pay-per-view. SummerSlam.
Yeah. That's going to make things difficult for them.
Because we also doubled the cost of their power cards as well.
Yeah. This is going to be a very cheap week when it comes to like arenas and that. We should be standing to make a lot of money next week.
Yes, yeah. SummerSlam is almost cheap for us.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see when this advertising unlocks.
It's got to be soon, because it's week 15?
Yeah.
Next week, we're on show 14 of 25.
Okay, so we're getting there. We are getting there. Okay.
So we should unlock it soon. We
happy with this? That doesn't need a gimmick?
No, I don't think so. I think we lock it in.
Okie dokie. We checked the free agents pool, didn't we?
Yeah, unless we want Mr. McMahon for 5 weeks.
Oh, it's so tempting. It's so tempting.
No chance.
Have her against Heath Manhattan. He has to prove himself.
Yeah. Jerry Hattrick got...
he's been released. Dropped. Jerry Hattrick, he's clearly, not pulling his weight against The Rock. And
so is Christina Fury. Northern Lights back. Palette Swap Cena's back. Eddie Pop's been dropped.
He's permanent for 30 grand. Is Dante Roberts. It's either him or a power card.
I think we're good at the moment for our roster.
We might be able to afford someone after next week.
should do. We're gonna have quite a cheap week, I think, thanks to our power cards.
Yeah, right. Let's book that in. 88 grand.
It's not bad. Not bad.
I don't know how it's so expensive, but hopefully we can recoup our losses.
We dropped a fair bit of money on the Falls Count Anywhere triple threat.
This is true. What do you fancy watching then?
Now, we've seen Reigns, Manhattan. We haven't seen Braun versus Batista.
We also have not seen a triple threat.
Then you've got me. Watch the triple threat.
You had me a triple.
Yeah. 3 is always better than 2.
3 is always better than 2. And it's Falls Count Anywhere. This could be a breaking new ground.
Good.
This could be good. Right, let's spectate then. And Caden Carter as well. We haven't seen for a long, long time.
I don't think we've seen her since the submission match.
Was she in a submission match?
She was in a submission match that ended the rivalry between Charlotte and her.
Ah. The champion coming out first.
Yep. Well, it's not a title match, so
It's not. She's just a... But she is a fighting champion. She's not running away like a coward like Seth Rollins. It's nice to have a face champion on the
yes.
go. Now, I might be wrong here, but I feel like these two have been a tag team, like in real life. Caden Carter and Indy Hartwell.
Quite possibly.
As they've got similar vibes going on.
Yes.
And here she comes. The Queen.
A wrecking machine.
The Wrecking Machine. On a losing streak at the minute.
Ever since she's come back from injury, she has just lost.
She's not been the same. Could this
She
be
lost
the
the
night now
Nova-
that she knows that the GMs are watching her?
Yep. She lost to that Nova jobber. She lost her title to Indy Hartwell and then failed to retain it. Or claim it back, rather.
This could really be the win that she needs to get herself back into the title picture. The fact that it's Falls Count Anywhere.
A win here would put her back in the picture. Not just because there's a rivalry between her and Indy Hartwell growing, but...
I think specifically she needs to score the pinfall on Indy Hartwell. If she were to get a pinfall over Caden Carter, she doesn't have the strongest of claims to the title.
No. And there are others in the locker room vying for the title.
Well, we say others. The only other in the locker room vying for the title is currently in the ring with them.
No, Io Sky wants the title match.
This is very true.
Right, let's kick it off.
Caden Carter sort of buffers a little bit as she realises where she is.
She was content to watch the other two lock up before striking. It's a good tactic. And Charlotte Flair with huge chops to the chest.
Well, that's an interesting tactic, Cardinal. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Yeah. Oh, Charlotte Flair going after the champion here, but Caden wants to be not ignored. Now, who's your money on?
You've got to say Indy Hartwell for this one. She's really upped her game after the feud with Io Sky, putting a rest to that, really.
Yeah, it was kind of a slow growth feud, but since becoming champion, she's really
grown into the role, seizing these opportunities, and just looking to stake her claim here on the blue brand.
Yeah,
With
she
a big
actually
boot
won
there,
her
Caden
championship
Carter.
in a triple threat.
Lest we forget, you are correct. Very much a triple threat specialist.
Indeed.
Now, as we didn't watch that match, we don't know who she pinned to win that triple threat.
No, that's true.
It could very well have been Nova Northern Light.
I'm surprised Nova Northern Light didn't give us the upset win and take the championship.
Still one of the most shocking moments here on Friend Donkey GM mode.
The jobber we got in for a squash match.
Yeah, just not quite the squash we wanted.
No.
And little did we know that would start the downfall of Charlotte Flair. You know, one loss leading to a title loss.
Yep, her injury has seemed to slow her momentum down completely.
Really hampered her a little bit, so she's looking to get back on the top of her game here in the triple threat.
Yeah, she was looking unstoppable for the early part of the season, but...
She's a wrecking machine!
And she's kind of proven it here. She's dissecting both of these individuals.
Unless we forget that Caden Carter and Charlotte Flair do have a bit of history themselves back in the early days of the brand. They were the original women's feud. So some history over the title, which is not on the line here this evening, but will be on the line at SummerSlam. A little bit of a miscommunication there between all three women as they figure out what the hell they're doing.
It's got to be confusing at times. Who do you punch? Lovely drop kick to Indy Hartwell there from Caden.
Charlotte just catching a breather in the corner as she lets the other two just wear themselves down. Very much the veteran experience of Charlotte Flair here.
You don't need to always be on the attack.
Very much a game of attrition. Charlotte, a multiple-time women's champion across NXT, Raw, and Smackdown.
Yeah,
she knows this game inside and out.
Indeed. Indy Hartwell, obviously, first-time champion
Flair
at the moment.
Taking advantage of the Falls Count Anywhere stipulation, and she thinks about going for a steel chair.
Maybe she's deciding to win this clean. Doesn't want any kind of...
Just demonstrating her wrestling acumen.
Yeah. Locking back up.
But we all know that Charlotte Flair would have learned the dirty tricks of the game from her old man. As Caden Carter there puts on the big submission. Indy Hartwell really not capitalising on things too much here.
Caden's putting a huge showing. She hasn't been on the roster active for a while, and I think she wants to be recognised.
Been really enjoying the nice catering in the back.
Yeah. She's been hanging out by the buffet table, stealing all the mini quiches.
Mini quiche.
She locks up the champion in some kind of hold.
As I think we've inadvertently discovered the episode title. Mini quiche.
So it's going to make so much sense to anyone looking at it.
It would honestly get me to
watch the video.
It's not a full-size quiche, just a mini quiche.
Just a mini quiche.
You can't wrestle after eating a quiche.
But a mini quiche is alright.
A mini quiche, that's just like an amuse-bouche.
Back to the action.
Yeah, meanwhile, there is a women's triple threat match going on. Charlotte Flair really taking the upper hand here.
She has. She's
taking advantage, but the ref is just on the wrong part of the ring.
She's been quite good at separating the two and really working.
Now, what confused me there is that the referee decided to drop and count there from a place where he would not know if Caden Carter had got her shoulder off the mat, and she gets the chair.
The ref always knows. The first use of the chair came from Caden. I bet Charlotte regrets introducing that now.
But Caden showing her frustration, the fact that she's had to eat so much quiche. Just like, I'll beat you up with this chair.
Indy Hartwell now getting back into it, showing us perhaps why she's the women's champion. Nope. Tossed aside by Caden. Charlotte looking to return this to the ring. This is a Falls Count Anywhere match. They can go anywhere, but
so far very much a textbook display of a wrestling match, minus a chair to the face
and
a
chair to the torso. Charlotte with the chair.
But Caden having her well scouted here,
having none of it.
As the two fan favourites are kind of really making their presences felt.
Yeah, locking her up. Can't quite see because of the barrier, but
I'm sure there's some wrestling going on somewhere, and there's the chair.
The ref is just sliding in and out of the ring for fun.
Just getting that workout in. Big kerfuffle in the corner here.
It seems almost like Caden and Charlotte are ignoring the champion
as Hartwell tries to get her away from Caden Carter.
Caden with the breakup.
A big run into the breakup there. We saw the tactics on display from Indy Hartwell. She knows
Kaden
what she
going
has
for
to
a
do
pin
to
on the
win this
champion.
match. That really would be
Charlotte
the upset
breaks
here
up.
this evening, as Kaden Carter is a babyface.
Yeah, you've got to think if one of these ladies gets a pin on the champion, they're definitely shoo-in for the title picture.
Indeed, regardless of whether Charlotte is in the rivalry or not. And Io Sky's waiting in the rings.
Yep. We may be seeing we've got quite a large women's division.
It's going quite well, isn't it? We've got, what, 7 women? 4
Yeah,
of which
and
are in the tag division.
we got a strong tag division happening at the moment with the giant women.
I think to even things up a bit, we could probably do with investing in another woman, so we could have another tag team on the go after the pay-per-view.
Possibly, yeah. But Charlotte now separating the 2 women, getting some space to work on. Oh, Kaden Carter.
Big slam there to Carter. And one thing we have noticed here is quite a bit of synergy between Kaden Carter and Indy Hartwell.
Yeah, although they're
working
against
together
each
to
other,
bring down the much more experienced Charlotte Flair, as they know she can be a threat which she builds up ahead of steam. But Kaden Carter really capitalising on the fact that the champion is down on the outside with a submission hold. Will she make Charlotte Flair tap?
Charlotte's struggling. She's got to be feeling that.
Nearly there. Hartwell
Breaking it up. Now, as champion, Hartwell needs to win this to keep her momentum going. Show a dominant force to all the other women in the locker room.
All 3 women with very strong reasons to win this match. Hartwell to assert her dominance, Kaden to remind people that she's more than just a quiche expert. And she picks up the win
over the current women's champion.
Charlotte Flair really not having a good time of things at all.
No, huge upset for Kaden Carter.
Indeed. And it's really thrown a spanner in the works.
It was a great match.
Rivalry growing between Flair and Hartwell, which is what we wanted, but we can't forget now that Kaden Carter has a pinfall victory.
Something.
She really is owed
Pinfall
something
victory
after the pay-per-view.
Over the champ, yeah.
In a great match.
Great match to kick things off. I like it.
Really worth it. Big call out here to get the rivalry growing from 3 to 4.
Yes.
We've already achieved that. Here we go. Reigns and Heath Manhattan.
Reigns wins despite a run-in.
Despite a run-in. And the rivalry begins.
Bit of a mediocre one, but I think we knew that going in.
Yep. But we got the rivalry beginning between T and Reigns, which is what we wanted.
Yeah.
4,500 fans, that's always good. It costs us 15 grand to do it, but spend money to make fans. 1-on-1, Batista could do with a pinfall victory here over the champion, but Bron Breakker again.
No rivalry.
No rivalry. He's just asserting his dominance. We may need to find a new challenger for Bron Breakker's Intercontinental Champion.
I think so. Batista's had his 2 shots and he hasn't really made much of a impact.
Not much of an impact at all. And the tag team titles on the line here in the main event this evening. As the champs retain yet again. It really is coming down to the wire.
It's going to be their AJ and Priest final match at the pay-per-view, I think.
Things need to change a little bit.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in NXT, things are just not.
New NXT title.
New NXT Women's Champion. Some random jobber.
A boo.
Ella Robu? I don't know.
My man Braden the Duck.
Being defeated by Dragunov. We know things are not going well for Mick.
He's not got. You can tell his roster is 50% jobbers. He's not got a lot
of. He's struggling. The stamina is down as well. Could Brie Bella be on her way out soon?
Red Monsoon.
But the main event in a normal fatal 4-way, clearly looking to get a new title contender. Scott Hall with the win.
Scott Hall hasn't lost a match since being signed. That's quite impressive.
That is very good. It was a title match as well. Wow, they have a new champion. I didn't pick up on that, but on Raw, the crowd goes mild.
Yeah, I know.
Literally nothing to say. Rhea Ripley with a good promo. And the mid card, Butch returns.
He returns
to form a tag team with Triton.
Against Clay Courtman and Chester.
Oh my goodness, things are not going well for Raw. Disappointing, yeah, to say the least. Yep. Big E with a promo.
Whatever this tag is all about.
Whatever, there's also this.
The thing is, Butcher's back now. They can have Goldberg and Butch again.
They're really not capitalizing on the history that they had before the injuries happened.
Trish puts the title on the line.
Will just keep going.
Oh,
will she finally drop
stamina.
It? Is she all right? She is just about edging her way to SummerSlam, and at WCW. They appear to be having tables week.
Copycats.
No promos, but that they might have got word in the grapevine that they can't use any power cards next week because somebody screwed them over. Yep. And everything's going to be more expensive.
They needed a cheap week.
And they new women's champion in Nikita Lyons.
Damn.
Gargano versus X-Pac.
X-Pac obviously a new pickup for them.
We can see why these are our closest rivals, is that the only ones with some actual superstars at the minute and not just the job squad.
Yeah. Well, Kurt blew all his money on expensive matches, and Mick decimated his roster.
Yeah, his roster, our roster. Not our strongest week.
No, but it never was going to be, I don't think.
Correct. So we'll
as long as
we manage to
maintain some fans. 51's not good, not bad.
Really get an 83,000 profit as well.
Good profit. Good
really
profit.
Good profit. So nothing discovered here because we didn't really have any gimmick matches.
No.
That's the one thing we're missing at the minute is gimmick matches, so we need to get a bit more experimental with the pay-per-view.
Yeah, yeah.
42,000 for NXT, and their profit, 97,000. Okay. Triton and Butch work really well together as a tag team, apparently.
Triton.
Things might be evening out a little bit this week, but WCW is our concern.
I think we've still gained more fans than anyone.
Yeah.
But we didn't take home the most money.
Uso is a natural in a tables match. Probably worth noting.
Yeah.
Okay, and we have kept St. Triple of H happy to get free crew booking.
Free crew booking. Still top. Still a fair old lead.
We've actually increased the lead a little bit. What is it, 45,000?
And our budget does not look bad.
Yes, that's looking really good going to the pay-per-view. So we would hopefully be very profitable after the pay-per-view to go shopping.
Tasty looking budget.
Yeah, to start building up this roster. Nice. So, that builds us into SummerSlam. I think join us back here next time when we've been building towards so many feuds. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't have a repeat of Survivor Series with the cursed Intercontinental title.
We're losing every single champion.
No, it's going to go smoothly. It's going to be absolutely fine, and we're going to decimate the competition. You heard it here first. Join us back here next time, where we'll see what happens if we're screwed over and what miraculous matches we can put together.
Yeah, catch you then.
Catch you then.